I, like a lot of people in the Phoenix area, not a native. I moved here from Northern California, and I was completely unaware of all the different plants you could grow here. So when I first moved into this property, it was a blank slate, brand new build, and I made the mistake that I think a lot of people make, and I, put down rock and I planted out a very large lawn area. I've since converted 2 of my 3 lawn areas to a food forest. The last remaining lawn area, I'm actually going to also make a change this year. So you can see some lines marked out. It's a 10 by 10 area, and I have plans to put a pond in here. Not too deep, a goldfish pond. We'll be able to grow some edibles in the pond. And then where that red pot is, that's where I'm looking to build a 2-foot waterfall. I'm not going to be doing this myself. I'm very much a DIY person, but this is a bit too much for me to take on myself. So I am going to be hiring out a company to do this, probably in the fall time. I have found over time that I really don't get much use out of this lawn area. There's a lot of waste in the amount of water that goes into sustaining it, the food, mowing, overseeding in winter. It just didn't seem worth it in the end. The idea of a pond just resonated with me. Pond is a really nice idea for the landscape here. It's going to add some humidity. I installed some plants today. These are not edibles, just tropical type plants. A type of lily here. Got a bird of paradise, hibiscus. And then the big thing is I've planted more clumping bamboo. So if you don't know about clumping bamboo, it is a safe type of bamboo to plant in your yard. It's not going to run. It's going to stay behaved. I have quite a few plants that have been in the ground for a couple years, and I'll show you what they look like. These I just got from Tropical Bamboo Nursery in Florida. They have an amazing assortment of bamboo. That's why I went to them. You don't have to worry about mislabels and things like that. They know the difference between running and clumping. I would advise not to go to like Moon Valley where they sell the running varieties. You don't want that. This one is Bambusa malingensis. This is also known as sea breeze. This is a very common one that they plant in Florida because it's very wind resistant and can take those coastal winds. And this variety will get up to 30 to 35 feet. It's culms in height, and in diameter, I think they're about 2 inches to 2.5. So it's not a huge one, but a fairly good windbreak. And I'm doing this to really provide a living screen for this area. So it's going to provide windbreak, it's going to provide shade protection. And the nice thing about bamboo is it's an evergreen. So unlike, mulberry or moringa, which will defoliate in winter, these will keep their leaves. Here I've planted one of my favorite. This is the Bambusa Old Hami, giant timber bamboo. This particular species will grow to more than 50 feet in height, and the culm 4 inches. So this is a fairly large specimen of bamboo. So I put it out here as I want this to really grow in and provide a really nice scale screen for me. Over here I planted another sea breeze bamboo. And these look small, but I was impressed with pulling these out of the pot when I got them from the seller. They had a really nice root mass. So the first year, don't worry so much about what is going on up here, the culms. Focus really on what's going on below the root mass, establishing that. So similar to the video I'm going to post right above here, I used half native, half cactus mix, and I top dressed with a thick compost. That allows for this plant to really establish its roots. I don't recommend planting anything in straight clay soil as it's so thick and dense. It tends to choke out the roots. You really want something that's fast draining. I find a cactus mix provides that drainage, allows those roots to thrive. So I've been planting that way for the last 3 years, and it's done pretty well for me. You can see some canna there, more hibiscus. So the pond probably won't happen until fall. That's not a cheap investment. So just future plans here. Just a nice, calming, peaceful space. And a very lush tropical landscape. These plants look small right now, but they really will take off in a couple years and fill in this area. I will be mulching this entire surface. I'll be using sheet mulching, so cardboard down on top of the grass, and then heavy mulch and compost on top. Tends to block the light and not allow that Bermuda grass down below to thrive. So that's my plan. The next time you see this yard, you'll see it completely mulched.